I am currently directly looking at the butthole of my cat. I guess it is true that when you have a cat, there is no such thing as personal space or boundaries. Oh my god. Oonee, don't do that. Last week, or if we want to be a little bit more specific, last Tuesday was Chuseok in South Korea. And Chuseok is basically almost like the Thanksgiving that they have over here. While in China, there is the Mid-Autumn Festival. Same thing, we look at the moon and then we eat traditional food. My coworkers and I were particularly very invested in this year's Mid-Autumn Festival year in Korea, Chuseok, because it gave us a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which is a 5-day weekend. 5-day weekend? Yeah, a 5-day weekend. Starting from Thursday, the week prior to the actual day of Chuseok, Thursday, Friday, we were off. And then the next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we were off. So technically, if you want to think about it, it's a 5-day vacation. But if you want to sum everything up, it's a almost 1 week. We were off for a week because we still had weekend as well. That's how big of a deal Chuseok is here in Korea. Well, did I have plans for Chuseok? Yes and no. I feel like I've always wanted a break, or at least I always wanted a break that was longer than just 1 day. It is interesting because here I can't seem to get vacation days all together. So let's say if I work and I accumulate, I have a sneeze coming. I have a sneeze coming. Bless you. Thank you. Let's say that I work for 1 year and within the span of my contract, I collect 15 days. Apparently, 1 day for a month of work that I've done. So if I accumulated quite a lot of days, but can I take a week off and go back home and visit my parents? Absolutely not, because days are only distributed individually. So I can ask for maybe like 1 day off. If we really want to stretch it, let's say 2 days or 3 days. 1 week? No way. It is also difficult because it's hard to find replacement, especially in a time like this. So it's just highly unlikely that you will be able to redeem your 15 days of vacation, even though you legally have them, you know? Which made this holiday so much more special because of that. It's like a free week, if you want to think about it. I didn't even have to use any of the holidays that I accumulated, and I probably won't be able to redeem by the end of my contract. But you know what? I will take what I can get. So the first day off that I had was Thursday. Well, that day, technically it wasn't a day off because I still had to go to work, even though I didn't have any classes to teach. So I was just stuck at work prepping for 9 hours. But it's fine because the next day on Friday, it's an official holiday. I don't have to come into work anymore. I can just kickstart my weekend. So on Friday, thank you for the sound effect, Oonee. On Friday, I didn't really go anywhere. I did go to workout. I'm just trying to transition into vacation mode, so I turned off my alarms. I went to work out in the morning, and then I had started to transport all the video files that I've taken while I was taking a break and while I was filming Oonee into my SSD. Then there were so many videos. I could be a what are you doing? Okay. I could stop. Is this really the time for us to play with your mouse? You're getting aggressive. She never plays with this mouse. Like, I got this toy for her and she decides that that mouse is invisible, and of course it's on a day like this and a time like this that she decided, Jesus, I almost said Rebecca, but that's my sister, not my cat. Time out. Oonee, time out. As I was saying, with the amount of contents that I've accumulated just filming Oonee, I could become like a cat YouTuber and my life is set, you know? Just kidding. I will make something for Oonee, but at the same time, I need to create content for myself. Longevity, Julie, longevity. But it would be fun to make videos about Oonee because she is so witty, and I think she would be a good partner in crime for my YouTube business. Anyhow, so on Friday, I cleaned out my 128 GB SD card. I still have to clean out the 64 GB one, but it's taking a little longer than usual because it takes forever. There are just way too many videos. And I believe on the same day, I ordered takeout on my own. On my own for the first time? Was it on my own for the first time? No, second time. First time was McDonald's. Second time was like a Chinese restaurant. I don't know why, but I have been craving Chinese food lately. And the closest one I could find was this place had a combo set. It was jjajangmyeon and as well as Chuseok, which is like a sugar-coated pork. I don't think this dish actually exists. It's very Korean nice, so it's the jjajangmyeon, but I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can have. I can't have the dank food that I had when I went with my coworker last time because it's a little bit far and it's vacation. I want to stay home. I want to rest. I'm a homebody. Then came Saturday, which I would consider the highlight of my entire break. On Saturday, my coworkers and I had planned to go to the... Who's playing basketball outside? My coworker and I had planned to go to the Han River together and just do like a little picnic because that's something that we always wanted to do. I've been to Han River before, but I wanted to go there to take a nap. And it's kind of a little bit dangerous to do that by yourself, right? Because who's to say I take a nap by the Han River and when I wake up, all my belongings are still there? You never know. So, plus, I'm going with my coworkers. So, you know, the more brain cells that we have, the more fun that we will have as well. So we decided to bring Mexican bingo. I was going to buy Uno, but I didn't get to. The store didn't open before we had to take off. So it was just Mexican bingo, and all of us brought books to read by the river as well. So we set off bright and early at 9:30. It is not the earliest time that I've woken up, but it's definitely the earliest time that we've decided to do a gathering. Because usually people want to sleep in and do a relaxing activity and not wake up hella early to do something, but it was worth it because we got there before the crowd came. So we picked a really good spot, pretty close to the river. You can see the bike trail as well as the river and also a bridge. I believe there was a bridge. So you can see everything. And it wasn't too hot yet. It would get hot later, but what we did is we were next to a tree, so we moved our mat with the shadow of the tree. So wherever the shade is casted, we just moved our mat that way. We got there, we were debating if we wanted to eat ramen, like you've seen on K-drama and variety shows, etc., or fried chicken. And we thought, you know what? It's a little bit easier if we eat fried chicken. Also, it would be very hot if we eat ramen, right? We don't want to be sweating out there. So we went to the second floor, right above the convenience store they had stationed right next to Han River. There are many, but next to the particular spot that we picked, there was a GS25, and on top of it, there was a BHC chicken. And we got cheese powdered chicken, which is my favorite, half and half. The other half is yangnam chicken. We got our chicken. We bought some snacks. Well, we bought water. It's important to hydrate, even though I don't do that very well. I'm still trying. They bought some grapes and bubbles. My coworker bought a bubble blower, just because, you know, we want to be a child again. So we got our stuff. We went to our spot. We ate. We talked. We read books. We played Mexican bingo, which was very exciting, and we played with bubbles. Okay. The amount of embarrassment that we brought upon ourselves is admirable. We didn't know that the bubble blower would play music as it blew bubble. And so it sounded very obnoxious. Every time we press the trigger, it will play this sound. Da, 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 da. And then we're like, oh, okay, it is already embarrassing by itself to see three grown women by the river playing with a bubble blower shaped like a pink dolphin. And also have that bubble blower play music every single time it blew bubbles. Foreigners be doing foreigner things, but we did have fun. We played with bubbles and probably provided photo props to the people behind us because the wind was blowing towards us. So all the bubbles that we blew, we didn't really get to play with it. It just went to whoever was behind us. Apparently there was a baby, so you're welcome, baby. After we were worn out by playing with bubbles and playing with Mexican bingo, eventually we started doing our own thing. Some of us were reading, some of us were napping. I started reading at first, then the sun got a little too bright. So I was wearing a cap that day. I decided to lay down, put the cap over my face, and just listen to the chatterings around me, the birds chirping on the tree, the river, the bike, just soaking in my environment. I fell peacefully asleep. And it was the best, perhaps 10-minute nap, 20-minute nap, definitely no longer than that nap I've ever had. And that's something that I really wanted to do, just to relax, truly relax by the river, not really having any plans, just me and a book or me and some food. Something that was definitely on the top of my bucket list. And I was able to do that thanks to my friends, my coworkers. And it was truly wonderful. It wasn't too hot. I know autumn is coming, but they still haven't made that transition. It's still kind of hot walking to work. But I appreciate that on that certain day, and there was a reason why we picked that day, because it was the coolest day out of the entire weekend. It also started raining on Monday or Tuesday as well, which is why we didn't go on those days. But I appreciate the perfect timing on that day. Everything just aligned, and it was just a great memory. When we came back from the river, I think it was around 4. So we went there at 9. Well, the commute is an hour, so 10 to 4. We were there for 6 hours. We decided to go home, change into comfy clothes, and go to a restaurant that we have right beneath our apartment complex. In direct translation, that place is called Moonlight Beer. It seemed like they sold beer food. We've always said that, hey, that atmosphere feels great. I wish we can go after work to have a meal there. But because of COVID, everything closes when we get out of work. So we could never do that. And then we said, you know what, today's the day. Let's go visit that place and have a good meal. And that's what we did. We came back down when it was 6 o'clock again, because they open at 6 only. We got us a table, and then we ordered a bunch of food. Like, we ordered 2 pizzas, buffalo wings, like a fried sandwich cube. I really don't know what it's called, but it has been getting pretty popular these days. What else did we get? We got Cajun fries. We got just a lot of beer food, I guess. But I was the only one who didn't drink, yet apparently I seemed intoxicated. Like, I just seemed very happy. I had this smile on my face. And I think it's because just everything feels so perfect. That's why I have this pseudo intoxicated face with good company and good food and just a great day in general. You would think that my Saturday is over, but not quite yet. I was determined to find a pair of pajamas. As you know, I recently adopted a cat, and cats shed, right? My old pajama was sort of like a soft cotton pajama, and the cat hair just sticks to it like crazy. I wanted to find another set of pajama, whereas the fur just don't stick to it as much as the other one. So I went to Uniqlo, and I was really trying to find a pair of pajama that I liked with the material that I liked. I went to Uniqlo, didn't really find one. So I went upstairs to a place called Chaju. Chaju, it's like a, how can I describe Chaju? If you know Muji, Muji is also another store where they sell just stuff that you use for your life. That is such a bad description of Muji. But they sell everything. They sell clothes, they sell furniture, and bedding stuff, even stationery. It is just a store that has a little bit of everything, and so is Chaju. So I went to the pajama section in Chaju and I'm like, I don't know the sizes because I've never bought clothes from Chaju. So, well, the pattern is like, okay, so let me go to Muji. I went to Muji. I didn't even find a set of pajama for women. I just found a set for men only. So I was like, fine. I go back to Chaju and then I go back to Uniqlo and I just bounce back from these 3 stores 30 minutes before the entire mall closes. And I finally decided to get like a pair of orange, like a very dark orange striped pajama, which is fine because orange is my favorite color. Then my Saturday was finally over. The Sunday after that was definitely way more relaxed than the action-packed Saturday that I just had. In the morning, I had scheduled a FaceTime slot with my besto friendo for like an hour and 30 minutes. And afterwards, did some cleaning, and I decided that, hey, you need to wrap up the last food video that you're going to post on your food channel. So that's legit what I did on Sunday and Monday as well. I just told myself, you're gonna stay home. You're not gonna go anywhere unless you finish everything. And I finally finished that on Monday. Posted it, called it a night. I also worked out on Monday as well because I knew that they were opened on Monday and Wednesday rather than Tuesday. And usually I work on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I just shifted my schedule by 1 day so I can stay on track because I have been slacking off and undoing everything I've done at the gym. Now, finally, Tuesday rolls around. It is officially Chuseok. So on Chuseok, I was just so lazy. As I should be. I feel like I deserve to be lazy on that day. I ordered takeout. I was very indecisive. I couldn't decide what to order until I want to say maybe like 6 in the afternoon. Since the morning. That tells you how indecisive I am as a person. I'm really trying to change it, but it's not making progress. So I was debating between, do I order pizza, Chinese food, or rosé tteokbokki, or fried chicken? After hours of contemplation, I decided to go with a store that sold rosé tteokbokki with fried chicken. So I got a set and I was really excited. I'm like, okay, today we go ham because it's vacation and you deserve this food and you're gonna stay home and rest. I finished Squid Game that day while I was just waiting for my food and eating. Squid Game was phenomenal. My food, not so much, but Squid Game was phenomenal. And I cried at least 3 times because of the plot. I don't want to give you a spoiler, but it's so good. Please go watch it. This really reminds me of another show that I watch, which is called Alice in Borderland. And Alice in Borderland is actually a Japanese show on Netflix, while Squid Game is South Korean made. And oh my god. Alice in Borderland is also a survival game. However, the games are separated into different categories and different levels. There's like clubs, spade, heart, and what else? Club, spade, heart. I don't know the other one in English, but different categories represent different types of game, like the game of hearts or a physical game or team game or the other. I really don't remember the other one, but that one I really enjoyed as well because even though they're in the same genre, they have different backstories, and the way that they told those stories were really great and captivating. So I would recommend those of you who liked Squid Game, go ahead and check out Alice in Borderland. It's on Netflix. It's subbed. You're all set. As you know, all good things come to an end. And that's what I did on Wednesday, the last day of my vacation. I decided to take out all my trash and recycling and head out, actually. I didn't want to spend the last day of vacation at home because that's what I did the day prior to that. And I feel like I should be just a tad bit more productive. So I had this book that I was reading. Is a translated version of a book written by a Japanese author, and it's called Holy Mother. So I took that book out, and I wanted to go to a book cafe, but I left a little bit too late. I left around noon, and the book cafe was just all filled with people doing work, I guess, because not everybody can have a 7-day weekend. So I went to Coffee Bean, and I must say, Coffee Bean is slowly becoming my favorite coffee franchise here in Korea. I really like their hazelnut Americano. As much as I wanted to avoid the iced Americano trap, which I still can't do straight iced Americano, I really like their version of hazelnut Americano. So I ordered myself a cup and I just sat down and finished that entire book, and I have to say that plot twist was just mind-blowing. So I had a great day. I finished my book, I went home, and I just chilled and prepared for my classes for the next day because it was already going to be chaotic because of how much makeup class we have scheduled on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I had to work a full day on that Saturday because of the makeup classes for the students. So yeah, I know that most of my coworkers went somewhere. Some of us just straight up stay home, or some of us went to a very nice hotel and did like a staycation. And one of my coworkers gave in to buying a PS5. I was consulting them and I would say, well, it's an impulse buy. Like, don't do it. You would have to take this thing all the way back to America, which is going to be burdensome. Just don't. You have a Switch, you'll be fine. But my coworker was like, nah, today I follow my heart. And they bought a PS5. The saddest thing is that they don't have a very nice TV. So it's running on like 1080p. For a hardware like PS5, you need at least like a 4K TV, but it's not very logical to buy a TV if you don't plan on staying too long. Like halfway through your contract, just don't do it. But at the same time, good for you, dude. Follow your heart. Thank you for listening to the 46th podcast of Lactose Intolerant. I know that Thanksgiving for us, those of us who are in the States, is not quite here yet. Well, Halloween's not even here yet, but it's slowly creeping around the corner, and I hope that when the time comes, you will share a warm meal with your family, spend some quality time with your loved ones, staying safe, and I hope the world will be slightly more open by then, so that perhaps you can plan a trip in the States or somewhere abroad. I don't know, like Jeju sounds nice, right? If I could find a cat sitter for Oonee, I would definitely try to go to Jeju before the year is over because I want to go somewhere. I really want to go somewhere, and because we cannot go anywhere else, I cannot leave the country because if I do, I would need to quarantine and have no time to quarantine even though I'm fully vaccinated. So it's the best option is just Jeju. So I'm going to manifest. I will go to Jeju by the end of the year. Oonee, we have to find you a babysitter, okay? Oonee, help me. Speak it into existence. Oonee? She's asleep, so let me not disturb her. Have a great day wherever you are. Stay safe, and I will talk to you next time.